Welcome back everyone to Professor Simo. We're going to continue from where we stopped. We have already discussed cryptography and symmetric encryption. In this video, we're going to continue and discuss asymmetric encryption. So, starting with a quick review on symmetric encryption. Symmetric encryption or symmetric cryptography uses one key and uses the same key to decrypt and encrypt messages. It's good because it's fast and efficient when it comes to internal data and encrypting and decrypting large files and large amount of data. Going to asymmetric encryption, starting with what is asymmetric encryption. Asymmetric cryptography, it's like a cryptographic system that uses pairs of keys. One key is public and the other key is private. The mechanism. So how does it work? We use the private key, we use the public key to encrypt a message and use the private key to decrypt the message. But keep in mind that they are inverse of each other, such that we can also use the private key to encrypt a message and use the public key to decrypt that message. You see what I mean? So how is it secure, or how does it help us? All right. So because of the way or the methods of public key cryptography, we can exchange keys, or we can exchange these secret messages in an unsecure communication channel. And we will see how this works when we go in depth in the algorithms of public key cryptography. One important thing that we have to keep in mind, which is how do we know that the user or the owner of the public key is the one who says he is or claims that he is the owner of the public key. We can also, to solve this challenge, we use something called public key infrastructures, PKIs, or within PKIs, we use certificate authorities, such that whenever I go to use someone else's public key, I can take the public key from the PKI. Like this, I will know 100% that the owner of the public key is actually the owner of this public key. And of course, we can, instead of using some type of infrastructure or a third party, the owner of the public key can have his own certificate authority using different methods we will discuss later throughout this series. Where do we use public key cryptography? It's widely used. In fact, it's also used right now. And how you are watching this video on YouTube, you're using HTTPS. Asymmetric cryptography is fundamental in establishing a secure connection between web browsers and servers. It can also be used in email encryption, protecting the confidentiality and integrity of email communications. Applications like PGP use asymmetric cryptography for securing emails. It's also used in cryptocurrencies and blockchain and in digital signatures, where we have seen, and previously we use something called certificate authorities. We can also use something called signatures or digital signatures using public keys. So, what are some of the features of public key? We have already discussed how it uses two keys, or it's a two-key system, its security, and the usage of digital signatures and authentication. I can take a message or a document and sign it with my keys, such that you would know that, oh, Wasim is in fact the one who signed that key. It can also be used in encryption and decryption, and in key exchange. So what are some of the algorithms or the systems or the methods that use public key cryptography? We have RSA, one of the first and most widely used asymmetric algorithms is RSA, utilized for secure data transmission, digital signatures, and encryption, known for its use in securing web browsers and email encryption. We also have ECC, elliptic curve cryptography. It offers similar levels of security to RSA, but with smaller key sizes, increasingly popular due to its efficiency and lower computational load, used in mobile device security, wireless security, and cryptocurrencies. And we have Diffie-Hellman. Diffie-Hellman can be used to exchange keys. We'll delve deeper into exchanging keys, encrypting messages, and signing and signatures, digital signatures, throughout this series later on. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. We have digital signatures. Again, we can use public key for many uses. So what's the future of public key cryptography? It has an effect when it comes to quantum cryptography, the emergence of quantum computing and its potential impact on cryptography. Quantum resistance algorithms are being developed to counteract potential vulnerabilities with the usage of public key cryptography. Ongoing research to create more efficient, secure, and scalable cryptographic algorithms, the continuous evolution of cryptography in response to emerging cyber threats, increased use in everyday technology. Most of the technologies we use public key, even in blockchain and a lot. So comparing asymmetric with the symmetric encryption, what are the key differences? Symmetric uses a single key for both encryption and decryption. Asymmetric uses a pair of keys, public and private. Symmetric is generally faster and more efficient for large data, while asymmetric provides higher security, but it's slower. When to use which? Symmetric is ideal for internal communication within a secure environment, or when large data volumes are involved. Asymmetric is preferable for initial key exchange, digital signatures, and when secure communication channels are not pre-established. What are the security considerations of each? When it comes to security, encryption's main vulnerability is key distribution, such that both of us use the same key, right? So one of us has to generate this key and send it to the other person, right? Here, the process of sending this key to the other person is the main security consideration when it comes to symmetric encryption. While in asymmetric cryptography solves this problem, but has higher computational demands. The choice often depends on the balance between the required level of security and available computational resources. Again, as we said, asymmetric cryptography uses more computational power. What about a hybrid approach? Many modern systems use a hybrid model, combining the speed of symmetric encryption with the security of asymmetric encryption. So what does it mean? When we talk about key exchange, it's like exchanging. We'll understand this more in depth when it comes to the practical implementations, as we'll see later in the series. But imagine if we use public keys, because we can use public keys to encrypt a message, right, and send it through an unsecure channel. So what if I encrypt the symmetric key and send it to the other party, such that even if I send this key in an unsecure channel, no one will be able to know my symmetric key using my asymmetric process. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope this was a good introduction, a beneficial and informative one. See you on the later videos where I'm going to go in depth in the algorithms. Thank you for watching.